guys, today we're going to learn about an artist named Andy Warhol. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an art talk where I tell you a little bit about the artist and then I show you some of his art. At the end of the video, I'm going to have an art challenge for you to complete at home. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to shrink down out of the way and let's find out some interesting things about the artist Andy Warhol. All right, so Andy Warhol was born in 1928 and he died in 1987. He is an American artist. He was born in Pennsylvania, but he mainly lived and worked in New York. He is considered the leader of an art movement that is called pop art. Pop art was a type of art where the artists create images using things from popular culture, items from popular culture, things that were popular at the time, or popular people. Like movie stars. So Andy Warhol was the leader of that group, or considered the leader of that group. A lot of people called him the Pope of pop art. And Andy Warhol's style for his art was to use printmaking. And you guys know that printmaking is when you can have an image and then you can make multiple prints of that same image over and over and over again. Andy Warhol used a specific type of printmaking called screen printing, and he liked to combine it with photography and some painting as well. So let's see some of Andy Warhol's artwork. All right, so this is 100 Cans by Andy Warhol. One of Andy Warhol's favorite items to create artwork with was the Campbell's soup cans. That is something that was popular during the time. It's something that everyday people would see in the grocery store. It's still something that we see in the grocery store all the time. So one of the things about pop art is that the artist wanted to use items that normal everyday people would recognize. And a soup can from the grocery store is definitely something that everyone would recognize. So you can see that Andy Warhol did a print of the Campbell soup can, but he did it multiple times over and over and over again until he had 100 images. And you can count them. There are 100 of them if you would like to check to be sure. And using something over and over and over again in a piece of artwork is called repetition. Andy Warhol used repetition in a lot of his pieces. Not every piece, but in a lot of them. Here's another one of his prints called Colored Mona Lisa. So Andy Warhol took the famous painting from Leonardo da Vinci and he made it his own. He experimented with color and did multiple prints of Mona Lisa on the same page or the same background surface, and he just changed her colors up and the orientation, which way she was facing in the picture. And also some of them get bigger and some of them are smaller as well. And sometimes he zoomed in on a certain part of the painting, like down in the bottom right corner, you can see just Mona Lisa's hand. So sometimes he focused on just a different part of the painting. And then here's his famous Campbell soup can again that he liked to create. This one he started experimenting with color. The first one that we saw, the 100 cans, he used the normal color scheme of a Campbell soup can, the red and white that we're used to seeing in the grocery store. But now he decided to change it up, have a little fun with it, and use bright, bold, fun colors. And you'll see that in a lot of his other works. He really liked to use fun colors in his prints. Here's one called Flowers, and you can see that he printed this one multiple times, 4 times in this piece, and using the repetition and the fun colors again. And here's one that's called Lifesavers that he printed in 1985. Andy Warhol also liked to use advertisements in his art and sometimes cartoons as well. There's some other art where he used Mickey Mouse. So he liked to use things that people would see in the newspapers or in the movies and the cartoons to create his artwork. This one shows the lifesavers in rows using repetition, and then it's got a nice little text on there to give you some advice. And then he printed it multiple times, but he changed the colors. So every time he printed it, he maybe changed it up just a little bit. So these are some pictures by Andy Warhol, and it gives you kind of just a taste of what his work is like. Now for the art challenge, I have something for you called Pantry Pop Art. So you're going to get to work similarly to Andy Warhol. You don't have to do printmaking for this one unless it is something that you have tools for at home and you would like to try it out. But for now, we'll just do painting and drawing. So first, I want you to find a food item in your pantry or kitchen that you would like to draw. It could be a can of something like a can of ravioli. It could be a banana that's sitting on your counter. It could be a box of cheese nips that's in your cabinet. Go through and find something with permission from your adults in the house that you would like to draw for your Pantry Pop Art project. Once you have your item selected, I want you to get a piece of paper. It can be any piece of paper that you have available, drawing paper, you can use a sketchbook, a piece of paper from the printer, anything that you have available would work. And then I would like for you to divide that paper into 4 sections. Now this paper that you see in the example has been divided into 4 so that there's 2 strawberries on top and 2 strawberries on the bottom. But you can divide the paper any way that you would like as long as you have 4 sections. In the 4 sections, I would like for you to draw your food item 1 time, but make sure that it's big enough that it fills up the whole section. You don't want it to leave too much negative space or too much empty space. And then do the same thing in the remaining section so that you have drawn your food item 4 times. And then it's just time to add color. You can use any materials that you would like or any materials that you have available at your house to add color to your Pantry Pop Art. Try to use fun, imaginative colors that don't exactly go with your object. So banana could be painted purple if you would like. So try to have some fun with your color choices, wild, fun colors. And don't forget the background. You need to have a color that is going behind your beautiful pictures. All right, so that is a little bit about Andy Warhol and his pop art. I hope you guys have fun making your Pantry Pop Art designs, and I can't wait to see them.